Want to know if you're training too much to see gains? Watch this.
Our next caller is Bennett from Wisconsin.
Bennett, what's happening? How can we help you?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Great to be on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
So my quick question is, so I've been working out for the last 6 years, played sports in college. I was a quarterback for my team. And then since graduating the last 3 years, really just been trying to kind of finally bulk up and focus on getting a good aesthetic, good physique. And I just haven't been seeing the gains or even the strength I've wanted. It's kind of been really gradual. And I've been pretty avid with my fitness, diet, watching my calories, macros. So I'm just kind of looking for, maybe I'm doing too much. I still play basketball once a week, even kind of practicing with a semi-pro football team on the weekends as well. So I'm just want to look at what splits would be best for that, or would I have to sacrifice some athletics and sports to achieve those goals of size and strength?
So you hit the question that I was going to go towards right away. Almost always when I've trained a competitive athlete who now wants to okay, let's start building an aesthetic physique. That's my new focus. Is they still have the athlete in them, and they approach that mindset towards sculpting a body, and they're just two different monsters. You can't take the same mindset that you apply to playing a sport as you do to building a physique, because your caloric balance, your recovery, your total volume that you do, how you manage intensity, all those things matter so much when it comes to seeing results. So a couple questions so we can give you a better answer. What are you currently following as far as a routine? Are you following any MAPS programs right now?
I just actually started MAPS Aesthetic 2 weeks ago. Was going straight to performance right away, but I feel like it was going to be a lot of the stuff I'm used to. And I wanted to focus more on just building the physique, as I said. Before that, it was pretty much 4 days a week with an upper-lower split. Pretty intense, but a lot of it was still just what I've learned from playing football. So like basic deadlifts, power cleans. Didn't really bench too much because I always had to keep my arm fresh. But so, yeah, it was a lot of the typical football workouts.
And then how much are you playing like pickup games and stuff during the week? So what does like a normal week look like for you? So you got the 4 to 5 days in the gym lifting, and then you have what else you got going on?
So Monday, usually I would do an upper body workout before going to play basketball. And that was about 2 hours of basketball. Didn't really stop the entire time. Then Tuesday would be rest, lower on Thursday, and then back to upper lower on Wednesday, and then upper on Thursday. And then Saturday would be a little bit of full body and upper. And then also just playing either pickup football or going to a semi-pro tryout.
So 2 days a week you're playing sports on top of the lifting.
And it's for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I'd say 2 days a week of resistance training would be.
Yeah, I was going to say anabolic. Yeah. I think I would have moved you to anabolic first.
Okay. You're doing too much. And, here's the thing with getting bigger and athleticism. The reason why sometimes building muscle can take away from athleticism is because the person is not integrating their skills along with the changing of their body shape and size, right? So, okay, you know this, right, better than anybody, being highly competitive as a quarterback. If I put 10 pounds on your body and you go to throw the football, it's going to be just a little different, just enough to kind of throw you off just a bit because your arm is, a quarter inch bigger or your pecs are a little bit bigger, right? So it's going to throw you off just a little bit. So the key to maintaining athleticism with size is to do them both at the same time. So you can integrate the skill with the, changing body. But aside from that, MAPS aesthetic in combination with what sounds like 3 or 4 hours of competitive sports is too much. MAPS aesthetic was designed to be run. Yeah, MAPS aesthetic was designed to be run alone. It was not designed to be run concurrently with with sports. So I would go 2 days a week of resistance training max, along with what you're doing, and I would make it more full body focused. compound basic lifts. And what you're going to be, you'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll see strength and muscle gains come on from doing
Well,
that.
and I think too, you'd benefit. The reason why too, I thought like anabolic style would be great because the trigger sessions in between, I think, would be massively beneficial for you to focus more on single joint movements and really start to establish that more. Being that that's such a shift from, you know, the style of training you've been doing forever with football. And I know that for me, that was a massive game changer in terms of like getting that kind of stimulation from my muscles and just constantly sending that signal. So, but that's all meant to do, you know, with low to moderate intensity max. So, you know, the whole thing is to be able to manage your intensity appropriately in volume.
Now, Bennett, are you done playing competitive sports like in the future, or what's kind of like, what are you looking at in the next year to 2 years? Are you done? Are you going to go back? Like, what's that look like?
Oh, I'm definitely done for future. It's more so just to kind of meet people, stay active, get some cardio in because I'm not much of a treadmill guy, but also I've been listening to these podcasts, so I don't really need too much cardio, I've heard.
Yeah,
so,
if you're trying to look
just
jacked.
kind of looking as a fun outlet, but
yeah, I think the 2 days a week of MAPS Anabolic. We'll send you MAPS Anabolic if you don't have it already, so we'll send that over to you so you got it. Follow that 2 days a week. When you do play your pickup games, you know, make sure you're well hydrated and fed. Make sure you're fed going into it. Try and get some food right after, things like that. Make sure you're with that as much work and stuff you're doing. Plus, we're trying to build right now. Make sure your protein intake is high enough. Those things will make a difference. So, but I remember going through this in my early 20s, transitioning from being somebody who played basketball all the time, and I still loved playing ball while I also was now all of a sudden this, you know, focused on building a physique. And I just struggled for so long because I couldn't feed my body enough calories. I wasn't giving it adequate rest and recovery. And I just, you know what, I'm going to try and just cut sports out for a little while just to see what I can do. And like instantly I put on like 15 pounds of muscle. It was just too much for my body trying to do both. And so I had this, you know, struggle of, oh man, I love playing ball, but I also really want to focus now on building a physique. Yeah. And so I had to kind of let go of how much I was playing.
Yeah, we'll send MAPS Anabolic over to you if you don't have it. Okay, Bennett?
awesome. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah. Thank you guys a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, MAPS aesthetic, MAPS split, like these routines are designed to be run alone. Mm-hmm. They're not designed to complement additional sports or additional workouts. They're very focused on bodybuilding. So I think what people want to do is they want to take and they want to train like a bodybuilder and play all these sports. They combine the two. It's a bad formula. It's just
Athletes
too much.
are the worst at this, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm still dealing with this even at the high school level, like people doing their own thing, adding things to, you know, the rest of the day when like, so it's just a natural thing, you know, like if people want to just keep up, you know, that high level intensity of movement. But yeah, if you're really specifically focused on what the plan has set out for you, you're going to do it much better.
Yeah. Most of the athletes I trained was 1 day a week of resistance training. That's where we got the best results. More than that. And it was too much, unless it was off season, right?
He'll probably build a pretty good physique by doing that too.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing that's so common with athletes is just the over application of intensity. That's their mindset when you're, especially like a football player, like you do everything intensely. And
it's a game, always,
Yeah, and so then you approach your lifting, and it's not like that when it comes to building muscle. Building muscle requires the right amount of recovery time, the right amount of calories.
It's like you're coaxing your body to build muscle.
Yeah,
you can't force it.
Yeah, you can't like muscle your way or push yourself into building muscle. It's like so. Right away, when he started talking about what he's doing, I'm like, I guarantee this dude is just doing too much.
Totally.